Good afternoon, everybody. Today I am going to go into the classic signs of autism. Okay, unless there is early intervention, most of the children with autism will eventually develop many of the obvious and classic signs. Now I'm going to go over a list of the classic signs and the symptoms that go along with them so that you can get an overall picture of what autism looks like. Now, the first one I want to go into is the speech delay. They have little or no language. They, if they have language, a lot of time it is the inappropriate use or repetitive speech. What is repetitive speech? This is when they talk by repeating what is said to him. Like you'll ask a child, hello, how are you? And what is he going to say back? He's going to say, hello, how are you? He's not going to say, I'm fine, and you, okay? Video talk. This is when they copy a speech that they've heard in videos or in movies or in commercials, okay? They can memorize things like the ABCs, they can count, they may even know about the planets, but they do not know how to request something that they actually want, such as food or water. They struggle to ask for simple things that they require from their parents. Now, the next one I'm going to go into is social delays. They don't understand social boundaries or how to behave in certain social situations. If you tell your child, I want you to sit here and behave, they can't. They just will not. They have decreased imaginary play or pretend play. They don't know how to do imaginary play. They don't know how to do a pretend play. You might give them a car, and instead of sitting on the carpet with the car and going back and forth, they will take off the wheels, or they might just like hit the wheels to make them go around and round, and they'll be fixated on that. They're not going to play with the car how it was intended for it to be used. They are usually either hyperactive or underactive, and they have very severe tantrums that are more extreme than other children usually. Okay, they are in their own world and they like to play alone. Even if you put them with other children, you'll find maybe two children playing together and the other child may be in the same group, but he's still playing alone. Okay, and he tunes other people out. They will not notice when someone has entered the room. They will not return a wave or a smile back at their parents when they have engaged with the child and, smiled and waved at the child. They don't, I already told you this one, they don't play with the toys in the manner that the toys is intended. They like to play with things that maybe they aren't toys, all right? They have very poor eye contact, and they like to peer out, or they may peer out objects sideways. In another video, I'll explain why this may happen. They have difficulty from transitioning from one activity to the other. For example, maybe they're watching TV and you want them to eat. So in order to remove them, they may scream, they may have a meltdown. They don't have any understanding or fear of danger. For example, like cars on the road, a hot stove, they may just go up to a hot stove and try to touch it. They may run out into the road if someone isn't watching them. So these are like things that you as a parent need to be careful of. They have unusual obsessions or movements. Basically, we're talking about some of it is we're talking about stimming. Self-stimulation behaviors, such as they might flap their hands like this. They might have a repetitive movements. They might go around in circles. They might go from side to side. They may rock. These we call stems. A lot of times they will line up objects. They like to toe walk a lot of the time. They are obsessed with routines and sameness. So they know at this time in the day that they're going to do this. And you change that schedule. No, I want to go visit this person. They will not like it. They will probably have a meltdown. They are obsessed with sameness. So the routine should try to stay the same most of the time. Okay? They are usually restricted to the same food, and they usually will not try new ones. I think I have done another video about ways to get children to test new foods, and it's up on my YouTube channel. They are obsessed with spinning objects, such as wheels or fans. They are usually over aggressive and self-injurious. So this is usually more with the moderate to severe kids with autism. They are usually quite aggressive when they don't get what they want. So if you've changed their schedule for something and they realize it, they may become aggressive. Okay, now sensory input. They usually don't have the typical responses to sensory input. Okay, usually they have a high or a low pain tolerance. It's not in between. It's either they can take a lot or they can't take anything. Okay, they are usually bothered by large crowds, loud noises, and chaos. Sometimes when you have a child that may have more on the high functioning autism, when they are in a classroom, they can't tolerate the noise dynamics of the classroom, and then you have a behavior problem on your hands. Okay, they usually don't, well, some of the kids, they crave cuddling and hugging and close contacts, and this we call sensory seeking. And then you have the other group that they don't like cuddling, they don't like hugging, they don't like close contact. Okay, they are bothered by certain sensations, such as from clothing and tags and shoes that don't feel right. And they don't like the feel of sand and grass on their feet, or even, playing in a sandbox with their hands. And they are also sensitive to a lot of different kinds of smells, like, for example, maybe food cooking or strong perfume. Okay, that ends this session. In the next module, I will talk about the early subtle signs of autism in babies. Thank you for joining us, and I hope you have a great day.